When you're managing lots of websites and you're trying to get on top of how many outstanding tasks there are or who's working on what, having a dashboard to collate and keep it all in one place would be a super bonus. And that's exactly what Atarim give you when you go over to look at the dashboards. Here we have lots of KPIs that are going to help you to understand the health of your website and a whole lot more. Top left, we have first response time. So this is where you can start to monitor how long does it take for someone like you or a member of your team to actually respond to a task. Say a client out there makes 20 brand new tasks on their homepage. Does it take a day, half an hour, 5 weeks? I sure hope not, but what's your first response time? We then have the task completion time. This one I think is pretty important. If I'm trying to show a client that they're paying for my time on our support network to get things done, how long does it take to complete? So we have an average over here of 6 hours and 22 minutes at the moment. Is that reasonable? Well, if the tasks are really simple, maybe we should be getting them done quicker. If they're quite inflated in terms of what we have to do for them, maybe that's a good time. But can you see how this KPI gives us instant information? Pending urgent tasks sounds scarier than it actually is, but that is saying that we have got 47 tasks marked as urgent that we are not working on at the moment. And that's like a surefire sign that we better get on with them. The fourth one along the top is total completed tasks. Again, one of my favorites. Because if you're trying to justify to your clients or your team members or anyone else just how many tasks you've done for their particular website or overall, that is a big number we've got up there. But that kind of shows that you are getting things done. How many times have you kept a tally chart of how many tasks you've completed on a daily or a weekly basis? Well, now we have the latest 12 weeks of activity recorded here with the weekly number of tasks. Again, we get a nice visual representation of that. Websites with most time tracked allows us to distinguish between where we're spending the time. What if we've got two websites and we're charging them the exact same amount for monthly maintenance or a care package or a support service, but we're spending a heap more time on website A than website B? Do we need to start rethinking that in terms of what we charge for our services? How about monitoring the productivity within your business? Looking at the tasks completed this week compared to last week. What if maybe you're only doing, say, 1 or 2 tasks a day, and all of a sudden within your team you have a conversation and you make things more efficient, methodologies, collaboration, all of that. Does your tasks this week suddenly start to go up? Or maybe you had some staff members that weren't available at the time. This again allows you to monitor that. When you have many staff members, how do you know who's actually doing more than others? Here we can see on the bottom left, time tracked by team members in the last 30 days. So we can see who's putting in their time, who's getting things done. And finally, on the bottom right hand side, we have the full team activity feed. You can scroll up and down on this, by the way. So we can start to see who is doing what. Were there any comments? Were there particular tasks they were working on? This allows you to have that full-on overview of what's going on. Now, overall, as a dashboard, this really helps to inform you of what's going on in your business with your website or maybe just one, especially when you're trying to justify or speak to a client or within your team about how can we do things better, or hey, you're sending us way too many tasks and we are going above and beyond. I bet you can't wait to get started with the Atarim dashboard now.